Gather round, children. Let me tell you a tale from my past. A tale of adventure. A tale of magic. And a tale of epic battles. Let me tell you the tale of the Golden Axe. Although I am old and frail now, I too was once young like you whippersnappers. I had muscles upon muscles. But look at me now, I am just an old man. Back then they called me Axe Battler, but I'm not sure why, because I used a sword instead of an axe, but I never corrected them. I found it an honor to be upheld with such high regard. It all began when an evil force arose and manifested itself as a demon. The only name we know of this demon is Deaf Adder, but never utter his name. Never let his name cross your lips. In fear, he may return. He has returned before. And although we've defeated him more than a handful of times, I fear that he gets stronger with every return, and we cannot cope with another coming of... No, I'm not gonna say it. Let me spin this tale for you to warn you of the Dark One's doings, and hopefully you will take my advice. You see, the first appearance of Deaf Adder was probably his most devious. Not only did he kidnap and torture our beloved king, but he also managed to get his evil hands on the great Golden Axe. And I, Axe Battler, with my trusty companion Gilius the Dwarf, and my sexy little girlfriend Tiris Flare. Only we were commissioned with defeating the evil lord. Only we knew how. Imagine, if you can, a giant turtle, and on the back of that turtle is a village full of people. Imagine this village floating on the ocean waves, traveling from coast to coast. Well, if you can imagine this, then you're imagining Turtle Village. An eerie place, so imaginative, so creative, yet they named it Turtle Village. We needed to storm the castle, but we needed to get to the castle first. The only way I know how to get to a castle is fly on the back of a giant eagle. But before we can get to the giant eagle, we must make our way through the villages and hordes of no good dirty slags. We battled and battled, and it was endless. For 80 months, we battled our way through dirty slags until we got to the other side. I was so delirious, so out of my mind. I had dreams of killing little tiny elves to get their magic to cast upon the dirty slags. But this couldn't be true because elves are fictitious. But I saw them with my eyes. I saw them. I kicked them. I hit them with the butt of my sword. I stole. And to make this journey worse, your grandmother, Tyrus, she was... How can I put this for you, young ears? She was... not playing ball in the relationship side of things. She just seemed distant. Oh, so lonely at times. your grandmother and I were at the giant eagle, ready for battle. Not long now till we're storming those castle walls, fighting our way through more and more of his dirty slags, fucking them one by one until we get to the final battle. Death Adder, and he's yielding the golden axe. Holding it high above his head like he's some kind of god. Fuck you, Death Adder. It still makes me so angry to this day to see someone using the golden axe in such a manner. The axe wasn't made for war. The axe was made for peace. It shines in the evening sun. It twinkles. It speaks to me. Save me. Save me. I must do something. I must act quick. Your grandmother, she's too busy flirting with the dwarf to do anything. I knew they were up to something. No, I said to myself, this is corrupting my mind. I don't know what to think anymore. If the golden axe of the gods can be used for evil, then anything is possible. You dirty whore! Of course, I didn't know, but Death Adder was corrupting my mind, turning me against my allies. I didn't know. When I held my sword above my head and faced Gilius, the dwarf, the look in his eyes. I'll never forget the look in his eyes. And so your grandmother, she too looked frightened. And I, the great axe battler, am so ashamed. So ashamed. Well, thanks for listening. If you like this, then why not click subscribe in your favourite podcast app? If you want to contact the show, or me, since I'm the only one that does the show, you can get me on Twitter at jump_council. You can find me on Facebook as Jump Council. I'm on Instagram as jump_council_podcast. You can find the show on iTunes or Podbean or any podcast app. We are on Spotify. I think we're on Google Podcasts or whatever they fucking call it. And if you want to support the show, then please go and give me a 5-star rating on iTunes or whichever podcast app allows you to do that. because that really helps. The more ratings the show has, the more people find it in their podcast searches and recommendation lists. So that would be a massive help. And if you want to help in a monetary sense, you could go patreon.com/Jump Cancel and pledge some books, which is a monthly rolling pledge of books. And that I'd be really appreciative of that. If you just want to tell your friend about this podcast, get me some more listens, that'd be nice. Share the love, share the peace. Try not to kill your wife, and best of all, friend.